Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at looking at how to create technical drawings inside of Fusion 360. So I've done a couple of older videos on this, but Fusion has done some new updates quite recently that does a lot of the work for you, so you can do it in a fraction of the time. So I'm going to use this model that I've created for a previous tutorial. Now there's two bits of prep we need to do to be able to create our technical drawings. The first one is we need to have components set up. Now at the minute I haven't done that, I've just done it as bodies, and then that tends to be how I work. Some people like to create components from the beginning. They are infinitely more organized than I am. Now, there's a few ways you can do it. So you can go to create new component here. You could give it a name, hit OK. And then what you can do is you can drag like that and put them in if you wish to. That would work. Undo that and then hit delete on that. Or what you could do is you could right click new component and do the same thing that way. Or what you can do, because I've already got everything built, what I could choose to do instead was go on that body, right click, create component from bodies. And then what I can do is take that, and let's call that frame. So you make sure you've given it a name, not just left it as component. And what I'll do is I'll take the one that is the same. So I'm going to want that one as well. So let's take that and drag that in. So we've got arm frame, we've got there. I'm going to work our way around. So what we've got next, that'll be the back frame. So we'll right click, create component from body. Let's call that back frame. Now, obviously, the more bodies you've got, the longer this is going to take. Create component from bodies. Now, if for some reason you're doing that and it won't let you drag, that is just Fusion being a little bit glitchy. Normally, you should be able to just drag bodies into components. Sometimes I've found it before as well, same with students. You drag it in and it won't let you do it. It is just a case of Fusion just having a moment. Okay, let's grab that. And then what we'll do, let's call that seat fabric. Fabric. Okay, we've got one other arm frame to go in, and then we've got here is, let's call that main frame. Okay, so we've got our components set up. I'm just going to check because I feel like I might accidentally have 3 of these set up. Let's turn all these off for now. Wait, the eyeball. Okay, so I've accidentally got 2 of those. So I'm going to click and go to remove to get rid of one of those. Okay, so I've now got all the components set up, and you can tell they're components because they've got the square icon rather than, if you look at bodies, they've got the cylinder icon. So that's like an indication that they're now a component. So that's the first bit. The second bit is you need to add a material to it. And you might look at that and think, well, we've already got materials on that, and we do, but that's if you were to hit A on your keyboard and do physical, appearance materials. What we want to do is come to modify, and we want physical materials. So these are what will then come up on the technical drawing in terms of what the materials are, because by default, it will always have this steel on there, which we don't want. So we're going to have a look in the library, and we'll go to like metal, and I'll take like aluminium, and I can just drag it, and it's going to change the appearance of it temporarily. It's not going to permanently change it. Drag it across like that. Just check that I got that one. I feel like I missed it. There we go. And then I want to have that leather, so let's go to like fabric. And they've only got like leather weathered. So if you've not got exactly what you want, I can close this. You see it goes back to how it should be. I'm going to go to modify, manage material, and I'll go to make sure I'm on physical, not appearance. So go to physical, add a new material. I'll close that, and I'll just call that leather and give that textiles, hit apply, and then I'll just right click, rename leather and close. So now if I go back to physical material, if I go to my favorites, I've now got that leather on there. It won't change the color of it because I didn't assign anything to it, because for this purpose I don't really need it. So drag it across on those. So now I've got my physical materials applied to it, and I've got my components set up. That's pretty much all the prep we have to do. So the only thing I've got left to do now is go click at the top that says design, go to drawing and from design. I'm going to get this pop up. Now this is where the new updates come in. So we're going to go click on automatic. Everything else should pretty much be as you needed. Okay, so full assembly, because in the UK, ISO and millimeters. If you're in America, ASME and inches. But it should pick up where you are based on your laptop or your PC location. If you've got any sub-assemblies, so you've got components inside of components, you'll want to do all levels, but because I've just got components like at the first level, we're at first level. So I can click on OK. And then it's going to start the job for me. It's going to take a couple of minutes, so be patient. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to click on open. And you see it's already automatically generated all the technical drawings that I need. So I've got things like a parts list, work my way through, I've got orthographic with measurements on there. You'll then get this pop-up asking you how much, like, what's the density of the dimensions you want. So if I go on something that's got a few more things onto it, you can see everything's dimensioned pretty well. I've noticed as I've done it, leaving it where it is by default, about 3/4 of the way, is about right, to be honest with you. If you drag the slider that's now disappeared, if you drag it to the left, basically less dimensions will be on there. But for where it is, about where it is right. The only thing you've got to check then is just make sure that nothing is off the page. So what you can do as well, you can take these and edit them, so I can move them around, but it won't let you break the technical drawing. So for example, this drawing here can only be in line with the parent view, so it can only be left to right. So if I'm moving it, it'll only let it be left to right. I can't physically move it up and down. Same with the others, okay? So I can't actually mess it around. I can just move it where it needs to be. Now, if you need to have it bigger, okay, I could double click and I could play with the scale. So this is 1 to 10. I won't do it now because I don't want it to start rethinking and do it, 'cause it'll take a little bit of time. But it gives you loads of suggested scales, or you can put your own custom scale in there as well. The only one you want to make sure you do is you do the parent view, which is like the main drawing, everything's coming off. So it would be like, this one is the main one here. So you double click that and have your scale done that way. But just a quick update to show you how to do the latest technical drawings off the latest update. So for example here, clearly I've said I need to make sure it all fits on the page. I'm just going to drag everything off and back into place. So once that's all done, if you need it, export and export as PDF. Hopefully you found that helpful and interesting. Got any questions? Leave a comment down below or email me at design with simon@outlook.com.